Hi, it's Richard in the Old Okie Workshop. This episode is for the birds, literally, because it's about a bird feeder. And here is that bird feeder. It's built in the form of a tray, and I like that because you get a lot of action out of this, because the birds all fly up, they sit around the edge of it, they tweet each other, they all join wings, they hold wings, they bow their heads, they say grace, they jump in and they eat dinner. And then Mr. Obnoxious Blue Jay comes along and shoos them all away and romps around in there. And then this actually happens. These birds will sit around on these limbs and watch until that blue jay leaves, and then the blue jay leaves and the birds all come back and they jump in there and have dessert. So it provides for a lot of interesting action. So it is built out of a piece of plexiglass on the bottom. This is a standard size. I think it's 14 by 17. Drilled a bunch of holes in here. There's 1/8 inch holes in here. That's so that this doesn't turn into a bird bath when it rains, so the water drains out the bottom. This is a piece of 1/2 inch PVC, and it goes through the bottom to right here, and that's key to how this thing is going to operate. And there's a coupling on the bottom like this, and I cut it off because it looks better and I don't need a big coupling like that. There are a couple of bolts here that go through and secure two of these 1/2 inch plywood donuts together to help stabilize the bird feeder. And one thing that's a little different from this, from a drawer or a box, is that the pipe supports the bottom and the bottom supports the sides. Hence these pieces around here so that the sides don't fall off. Normally in a drawer or a box, the sides support the bottom, right? So this is a little bit different. So that's the how it's built part. Now we'll talk about how it works. This is how the bird feeder system works. The bird feeder is connected to a monofilament line at the top of this pipe, and it goes up to a tree limb. This is my little tree here. Go up to a tree limb. This is about 30 feet in the air, and here's the ground, and the bird feeder hangs at 15 feet. So the line goes up through the pulley, comes back down and goes through this pipe, and is attached to a ring which won't go through the pipe. So the bird feeder just stops right there and hangs. So now we want to bring the bird feeder down. So we're going to hook line 1, which is a rope, onto this ring, and we're going to pull this down. And when we pull line 1 down, the bird feeder is going to go up into the air. Okay, now we are going to detach this ring, and we're going to connect line 2 right here to the support line. Then we're going to let line 2 up. So when line 2 goes up, this point right here goes up to here, and then the support line is coming around here, back down here, so the bird feeder comes down to about 4 feet above the ground. Now this ring is not the same as this ring. This ring is attached to the end of line 2. Okay, so the bird feeder will stop right there, and line 2 just won't go flying out the pipe. Then we do whatever we need. We can disconnect the bird feeder, take it in for maintenance, clean it up, whatever. Mainly, most times, you know, we're going to put bird seed in it. So it puts a bird seed in the bird feeder, and now we're ready to put it back up. So we are now going to pull down on line 2 like this. When we do, bird feeder goes up in the air, right? So we're back to kind of like we were over here. So now we're going to disconnect line 2, and we're going to reconnect this original ring. We're going to put it back on there, and then we're going to run line 3 through that ring like this. And then we're going to take line 3 and let it up, and when line 3 goes up like this, we are going to have our bird feeder back in the original position, just like we did over here. And then this line 3, we're going to pull it out of that ring, and it just comes out, pull on this end, whoop, up like that, and out it comes, and we're finished. Line 1 is a rope. Line 2 is a monofilament fishing line, as is the support line, and line 3 is also a rope. So let's go outside and see how this thing actually works. There's the bird feeder, and it is empty. Hear that bird? They're complaining. They want some food. Here are the lines required to get the bird feeder down. This is line 1. Line 1 has this hook on the end of it, which is splayed right here to go into a pipe. This is line 2. It's a monofilament. It's wound up this way, has a ring on one end and the fishing tackle swivel hook on the other. And this is line 3 here, which just has loose ends on both ends. Here's line 1, and line 1 has this splayed end to it right here. And the purpose of that is to allow me to hook this hook in the top of this piece of pipe. And this is a piece of 3/4 inch conduit, electrical conduit, and it's 10 feet long. And now the process begins. I'll take this piece of pipe and we'll use it to make that hook go right into that ring like that. And I pull the pipe away and the pipe goes away. And now it really gets fun because the line goes up through the pulley and back down, and those two lines, the one going up and the one going down, they twist around each other. And this bird feeder twists clockwise from the bottom. I've watched it and I know that. So when I pull on this, that bird feeder is not going anywhere. I mean, it's not going up. So I have to start twisting this thing counterclockwise like this. And eventually those lines will untwist and it'll go up like I want it to. And there it goes. Now the bird feeder has gone up into the air and the other side of the line with the ring is down near the ground. Now here's the hook on the end of line 1, and here's the ring that I grabbed. Pulled it down, bird feeder went up, right? And then this line has a loop in it that's tied right in here, and there's a nail on this board down here, and I hook it on there, and there we are. So the next step is to attach line 2 to this swivel hook right here, which is holding on the ring. Okay, so I got line 2 on there, and line 2, you know, has a ring on the end of it and it's strung out. This line is strung out way down that way, about 20-25 feet long. And then here's line 3, and line 3 has been put through this ring with a double overhand knot tied onto it, and I'm going to tell you the why about that in a little while. Now it's time to detach this ring and hold on to line 2. So what I do on line, I'm going to step on it like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take this off of here. All right, so the ring has been detached, it's gone away, and here is line 2. So now it's time to pay this up or out, and down comes the bird feeder. Well, it took a little coaxing, a little spinning, and it came down. And so here is this ring on the bottom here. That ring is attached to line 2, which is going up and attached to the other end of this support line, way up there, like 20 feet in the air or something like that. And here's the bird feeder down here, ready for bird seed. Here's the bird feeder all filled up with bird seed. And so now it's time to pull down on that ring attached to line 2 to raise the bird feeder up to the 30-foot level, and then take line 2 off, put the original ring back on there, let the ring up, which lets the bird feeder back down to 15 feet. So here we go, up, up and away. Now here is the end of line 2, right here. And the bird feeder went up, 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 out of range of the camera, and there it is, up there. Not quite up to the limb, it's a few feet below the 30-foot level. Anyway, it's way up there. That's ready for it to come back down. Well, here's line 2. and here's the support line. And the first thing I'm going to do is to get this ring attached back onto the support line like this, and then I'm going to take the line 2 off of that. So now all I've got to do is close up this little hook. I put this rope through the ring, okay, so I wouldn't lose the ring. That's the main thing. And the other thing I did was I tied this knot here. So now we're going to go ahead and let this line up, which will let the bird feeder come down. So using line 3 that I'd put through that ring, I let the line 3 up, let the ring up, bird feeder came down, and the ring hit the bottom of the bird feeder, and there it is at its 15-foot level. Now the reason that I tied a knot in line 3 when I put it through that ring is because on the way up there, if I didn't and I let loose of one of the end of those lines, this is what's going to happen. Oh no, boom, you know. So that's how come I tied a knot, tying the 2 ends of line 3 together. There you go, finished. Here's the pulley with the monofilament fishing line run through it, and it's about 30 feet in the air. And then way down here somewhere is the bird feeder. So the question is, how do you get that pulley up there, and how do you get the line through it? And to find that out, you'll have to watch the video on hanging the bird feeder. Well, that's how the bird feeder is built, and that's how the bird feeder works. Thanks for watching, and for more details, see oldokiworkshop.com. See you next time.